Hi, so today we're going to talk about pre and post workout nutrition, which is obviously super important so that you're fueled and able to get the most out of your Pilates workout. So, we all know that food is medicine. What we put into our body is what creates our energy, it's what helps us build our cells, and it is so important to be eating the right foods at the right time. So, when it comes to Pilates, nutrition really is the foundation that supports our Pilates journey, and it's responsible for our energy or our fuel, our endurance, our recovery, and of course, our general well being. Think of nutrition as the energy source that powers your session and powers you through every day, and also helps your muscles and your body work optimally. What we want to focus on is clean, whole foods. So you've heard it before. Think about foods that your grandparents would recognize, whole foods in their whole form. We really want to focus on what you're adding into your diet and not what you're taking out of your diet. So we want to be thinking about the positive side of it, not thinking about what we're missing out on. And it's really important that we allow ourselves small treats and factor that into our daily or our weekly planning, not overdoing it, but enough so that we don't feel that we're missing out. Otherwise, you'll end up going and binge eating. So, my challenge for you for the rest of our spring challenge, or maybe even just for 1 week, or maybe even just for one day, whatever works for you, try to go processed free. So, let's try to eat foods that don't come in a packet, that aren't full of all those additives and preservatives. So, some things you might not be able to avoid the packets, but certainly trying to eat our fruit and vegetables, our meat, our grains, all those sorts of things. So try it for a day. If you succeed, try to make it for a week. If you're succeeding, try to do it for the whole week. Pop onto our socials, onto Instagram or Facebook, and let us know how you're going on with your processed free challenge. So let's talk about what you should be eating before you come to class. So we want you to plan your pre-workout meal or snack so that you're having it between 1 to 3 hours before your session. So if you're coming to a 6 a.m. class, you're probably not going to be eating before you come into class. However, if you're coming in an afternoon session, then you'll probably be trying to eat 1 to 3 hours before you're coming. We don't want you to be eating as you're running up the stairs and having food in your stomach while you're trying to do your exercise. So what we're looking for is a balanced meal that includes carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats. So we need the carbs, and this pre-workout meal could be a little bit carb heavy because that's going to provide you with your quick energy. Protein is going to support the muscles, the building of the muscles, and the healthy fats will offer you sustained energy to keep you going through the whole class. Also, don't forget your hydration. We'll talk more about that later, but for pre-workout, making sure that you're having a glass of water at least 30 minutes before your class. So here are some examples of some great pre-workout foods. So some of my favorites are overnight oats that you can soak them in almond milk or whatever you like. You might put in some chia seeds, you might put in berries, as you can see in the picture there, banana, kiwi fruit, whatever works for you, and you might sprinkle some nuts and seeds on top. Egg on whole grain toast is another great pre-workout food, especially if you add some avocado in with that. And Greek yogurt with some fruit and nuts is also a great pre-workout food. So there's a few options for you. So let's talk about post-workout nutrition. So we want to have a high focus on protein in our post-workout meal. So whereas pre we were focused more on carbs, post we're focused more on protein. We still want a nice balance, but just changing up the focus a little bit. Protein aids the rebuilding and repairing of the muscles. Carbohydrates are really important as well, as they help to replenish our glycogen or our energy stores, because of course they were depleted during the exercise class. And again, don't forget your hydration. Rehydrating will help flush out the toxins and support your overall recovery. So here we've got some examples of post-workout food. My favorite is a smoothie. I tend to just get almond milk, spinach, kale, berries, banana, protein powder, whatever I've got, and throw it in and blend it up. So that's a really quick, easy one to have if I'm running from class to work. Another one might be grilled chicken with quinoa and steamed vegetables, or maybe hummus with some vegetable sticks. So good examples of post-workout food because they're high in protein. Now let's talk about hydration. We all know that water is so important, and most of us know that we're not getting enough, but we often don't know exactly how much we should be drinking. So here's a little calculation you can do at home to give you a number to aim for. So go and weigh yourself in kilograms and multiply that number by 33, and that will give you your ballpark for what you're aiming for. And then you need to add another 250 milliliters for every caffeinated or alcoholic drink that you have. So let's round it to 30. Let's say you weigh 50, that's 1.5 liters. So most of us are going to be over that. Plus, if you're having 2 coffees, that's another 500 mils, so we're up to 2 liters of water per day. So work out your calculation and make sure you're getting that much every day. Of course, it changes. If it's a really hot day or if you're sauntering, you're going to need to have more and possibly some electrolytes. If you're not sweating or not doing as much activity, you might get away with a little bit less. And remember, when we're talking about hydration, it's not just about water. It might be herbal tea, it might be soup, smoothies, juices, anything else that's got a really high water content, but not something that's a diuretic. So your caffeinated, your coffees, your black teas, your green tea even, and your alcohol. So that's how you can work out your optimal hydration. So a few more tips for you. Always plan your meals in advance. So if you've got time on a Sunday, planning your meals, getting your groceries so that you've got healthy food there available. Otherwise, if you're hungry and there's no healthy food there, then you're going to go looking for a quick fix. Making sure you listen to your body with what you eat. Everyone is different, and so if you can pay attention to how you respond to different foods and working out what is best for you. So not just going gluten-free because everyone else is going gluten-free. However, if when you eat gluten you're getting bloated or getting a tummy ache or feeling some negative symptoms, then maybe that is for you. So not following trends or diets, but rather tuning in and listening to your body and following the advice that's coming from within. And like I said at the beginning, it's really important with your food and your eating to focus on what you're adding in and not what you're leaving out. So really focusing on those clean, whole foods. And like I said, avoiding those processed foods. So I've included here one of my favorite little recipes as a little bonus. You can try it if you like. And let us know how you get on with the challenge. Share in our Facebook and Instagram pages how you're going with avoiding those packet foods.